All right, here we go. I gotta wait. Tick tock, come on, I'm expensive.
He's the official, unofficial photographer.
That's it.
All right, my turn. Are you gonna get in the picture? Are you gonna get in the picture? Why not? Oh, okay. All right, here we go. This is the money shot right here. Smile. Everybody say Pajaro on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Pajaro! That was so lame. Really? That's the enthusiasm. Let's try it. All right, on the count of 3, Pajaro. 1, 2, 3. Pajaro! Yeah. All right.
Okay, Mimi Sheridan, and so I'm president of the Alliance for Monterey Area Preservationists.
So let's talk about the award the awards that were presented today.
So each year, the Alliance presents an award for the Preservationist of the Year. And this year, we found this one to be very important for several reasons. One is that there was such severe damage here. And the county really stepped up. They really went to work to find the money to do the work. They had the people who could do it and did a top-notch job. It's really easy for a government or any steward of a building to sort of take a damaged building and say, you know, okay, well, that's done. Let's rebuild it. But they didn't do that. They went on to hire the best people, and we made the award to 2 people, 2 groups. One was to Supervisor Glenn Church, because he was the main advocate, because political will is what really drives these things, to get the money and to get the project going. But then also the Department of Facilities, Public Works and Parks did the work, and they brought in the best people to do it. So it's a really outstanding project. And it will really benefit the community. It's an example for all the other building stewards.
Let's talk about the significance of the award.
Sure. Well, this is one of the oldest. It is the oldest building here. It has a significant amount of history from when it was built by the Vallejo family and then purchased by John Porter. And it has a lot of history from the 19th century on. Porter was pretty prominent. The Vallejo family was very prominent during that time, and it's been a center of this community. And with at this point now, with the library's always been a key portion here. Now for the future, we're going to have the 2nd and 3rd floors are going to be opened up. Assuming next summer is when it will happen. It'll be available then for community meetings up there. There'll be county offices, maybe community service-based organizations out of here. I will have a touchdown spot as well. So it's an opportunity here for this building. Will continue on being a gathering for community, for learning, and for service.
Now, I caught the tail end. Nick Pasculi was talking about the resilience of Pajaro. So can you talk about the importance of ensuring that historical buildings like this are maintained and what they represent towards the revitalization or the rebuilding of Pajaro?
Well, historical buildings like this are obviously not just limited here in Pajaro. I mean, Monterey County has a long history going back, way back, and this is just one of the parts up here. This is in the National Register of Historical Sites, and there are others throughout the county. But here in this community, it means that this community has a history, and it has a purpose that goes way back. And this is to really try to reestablish its former importance, its former glory, and I think it shows that the county is committed to really making things not just to recover from this flood, but to go ahead and to do more. And that's what this house is a good example of, because the library was here, but the upper 2 floors were not available prior. But now they are going to be available come next year. So it is, we're getting past recovery. We're going towards making a stronger, a better, and a much more livable community here in Vallejo.
And the timeline is we're looking to, once again, when are we looking to be able to have access?
The estimate at this point, and I think it's a very good estimate, would be mid-time next year.
And can you speak to some of the challenges to get to where we are today?
Sure. Well, there's obviously, this is a building that was initially constructed in the 1850s, then built in the late 1800s. It's had different aspects added on. That was some architectural and building challenges I know into there. We also had to adapt it to ADA uses, so there had to be an elevator put in here so that it would be accessible for the second and third floors. And those are, just some of the structural challenges that were in place in there. And a house of this size, a house of this beauty, it takes a lot of effort.
Beautiful.
All right, well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this very, very special occasion. My name is Nick Pascoli. I'm the County Communications Director, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the Puerto Viejo Mansion for this special occasion. Today, we are here to be recognized as an important milestone in the Pajaro recovery from the devastating Pajaro River floods. Through funding provided by California AB 102 and the commitment of the County of Monterey, the historic Puerto Viejo Mansion is being carefully restored, preserving an important piece of our community's heritage while preparing it for future generations. We are also honored to celebrate the county's reception of the Alliance of Monterey Area Preservationists of the Year Award, recognized for outstanding restoration efforts that has brought about this historic landmark back to life. We will have a few speakers coming up shortly that will share more about the significance of this project, the restoration process, and what it means for the Pajaro community. But now it gives me great pleasure to introduce County of Monterey District 2 Supervisor and true champion for the community of Pajaro, Supervisor Glenn Church. Join me in welcoming Supervisor Church.
Good morning, everyone. It's a nice day to be here. A lovely day, actually, for this building, which really represents the past, the present, the future of this community. And I'd like to spend just a couple minutes touching upon each of those. But first, on the past, is as we know, this building was developed by Anton Vallejo back in the 1850s. He's part of the family, Vallejo family. It was Mariano Vallejo, who was a famous Mexican general during the Mexican period, and a very prominent citizen during the early statehood period around the 1850s through 1870s. This house was generally recognized with the Porter family, of John Porter. Porter is somebody who came from Massachusetts and has a very interesting history in all himself. His father was actually a personal physician and a business associate to the American statesman and senator and two-time Secretary of State Daniel Webster. And Porter, when he came out here to California, actually carried a letter of recommendation from Webster. So he had a good start out here, got this building, helped develop it up and build it into the style it is now over the, of course, the later half of the 19th century. But Porter would also, he was quite civic-minded and involved in many things. He was a two-time Santa Cruz County Sheriff, then moved over on this side and became a supervisor later in the 1890s. He also played a really large role in working with the Chinese community, which in the late 1800s was heavily discriminated against throughout California. What Porter did is he helped bring them over from the Watsonville side and let them be here. He worked with them, gave them, offered his testimony when legal issues came up, supported them in the community, and was really ahead of his time in many of that regard. So this was really very significant. Actually, I believe that the Chinese homes over here were just like 50 feet away from his home. So he really integrated himself into the community, which was really important. And interestingly enough, his son, Warren Porter, would actually go on and become a California Lieutenant Governor. So there's a lot of history in this house, a lot of not just local community history here, but state history, and it's important for the significance that it has. But as we come up here to the present, you know, there's been a library here, been available for the community, but now we're going to be end up reopening that, and that's going to open up what has been up till now an opportunity for the community to come in and for children to learn, for knowledge to be provided out to the community. But now we're at the point where with all this work that's been done the last few years, we can actually go forward and do more. With the second and third floors up here being made available for community gatherings, for county or community-based organizations to offer services here to the community, is really what I think what is more than just a recovery for this community. It really is. We're moving ahead and making and building a greater and better Pajaro out of this. And this is the real opportunity. The real great thing is that we're rebuilding this building. It's beautiful now, bringing back its glory, and that's the same thing that needs to be done to this community, a community with a long history. So as we get ready to, in the coming months, to really open up this entire facility, this building here, under this roof, will be a place for community, for learning, and for service. And that is something that we should all really be proud of, and really great to have this being offered back to this community. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Supervisor Church, for those inspiring words. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce Mimi Sheridan of the Alliance of Monterey Area Preservationists. Mimi will speak about the Preservationist of the Year Award and why the Alliance selected the Porter Vallejo Mansion Restoration Project for this recognition. Mimi, welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm so excited to be here. Every year we give an award, but usually it's just sort of like at our annual meeting, we pass off a certificate. And this time it really makes a lot of difference. There are a lot of people, and it's a really important project. We chose to identify this project as our Preservationist of the Year because, first of all, there was such severe damage here. And the building is so significant to this community. It's a little ways out of the way as far as Monterey County goes, but for this community, it's a tremendously important building. And as Supervisor Church says, it's significant statewide as well. But mostly importantly, so we want to recognize the fact that the county really went to work on this building. And that's why we're giving really the award to two groups, which we sometimes do. We can't honor everybody involved, like I know there are a lot of contractors, consultants, a lot of people, but we did want to really recognize the fact that, first of all, Supervisor Glenn Church, we're awarding this to him because he was really the main advocate, the person who really pushed for this, being here in his district. And it's so important to have the political will, that nothing happens without political will, and to pursue the funding and to get the county organized to go for this. So that's why we're honoring the Preservationist of the Year, Glenn Church. Also, the other thing that's important in the county is having the people, having the staff, having the department that really can do this work and bring on the right people. And we were very impressed that this was done in the right way. It's really easy for a government or any other steward of a building to look at a building that's damaged and say, well, that's done, let that go. But the county didn't do that. And they had the people who could do the work. So we awarded the certificate as well to the Monterey County Department of Public Works, Facilities, and Parks. I can't tell you how excited I am because I've lived in Monterey County for 10 years, and this is really one of the most significant projects I can remember. It's also such an important example of adaptive reuse. I think that in Monterey County, we're a little slow in reusing historic buildings. Buildings don't last unless they're used, no matter how important they are. So this is a great example for stewards, other governments, and all stewards of buildings to look at what the county's done here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mimi. And now I'd like to invite up, so that to ensure our remarks are both in English and Spanish, I would like to invite Salvador Munoz, a board member of the Alliance of the Monterey Area Preservationists and member of the County Historical Resources Review Board, to provide some remarks in Spanish. Welcome.
This building is a monument of what the future of Pajaro can be or is. This is for the community who's less served than any other communities throughout the Monterey County, that suffers floods, that suffers negligence, and I'm glad the Supervisor Church, the Monterey County, put their time and effort in their money and hired the best professionals to be able to do this particular project. This is the center of cultural and activities for Pajaro. Este centro es el lugar más importante para esta comunidad del Pajaro. Esta comunidad que es tiene negligencias, que se olvidan de los servicios que ocurren aquí en esta comunidad, tales como las inundaciones. Aquí sufren demasiado los trabajadores del campo, los negocios, la iglesia, todas las actividades socioculturales y políticas de esta comunidad. Para eso agradecemos al Departamento de Obras Públicas y al Supervisor Church for doing such a wonderful job. And thank you.
Muchas gracias. Now I'd like to invite none other than Florence Cabasa Green, the Chief of Facilities for the County of Monterey, who's going to talk about this amazing project and what it means to receive such a wonderful award. Come on up, Florence.
name is Florence Kawasa Green. I'm the Chief of Facilities for the County of Monterey. In March 2023, I was assigned as project manager to assess the flood damage at the Puerto Vallejo Mansion and Library and map out its restoration. Today, my colleague Luis Ochoa, Capital Improvement Manager, is leading the implementation plan. And before I go any further, I want to deeply thank our Monterey County CAO, Sonia De La Rosa, as well as Public Works Director Randy Ishii and Assistant Director Lindsay Larrable, and the Monterey County Free Libraries Director Hillary Thayer for their unwavering leadership through this journey. As staff, when we have supportive leadership, it really allows us to do good things. So I just want to put that out there right away. So just some background, the damage. As soon as the evacuation orders were lifted, I assembled a team of environmental consultants, architects, and structural and mechanical engineers. We found extensive water intrusion through the roof, siding, and windows. Floodwaters and debris filled the crawl space, ruining the HVAC system and fire panels. The building was basically red tagged and deemed unsafe, forcing library services to temporarily shift to a mobile format. So faced with this crisis, we actually chose to see the glass half full. And we knew that it was going to take a village to bring us today. And that village included, of course, the Pajaro community. Residents attended numerous recovery meetings demanding the mansion be fully restored for public use. County leadership, District 2 Supervisor Church, and the Board of Supervisors, including Supervisor Luis Vallejo, who is here today, immediately allocated $3.2 million in strategic reserves, and pairing that with an additional $3.1 million in AB 102 state funding that was administered by the Department of Emergency Services through our the Director of Emergency Services, Kelsey Scanlon, and her team. And of course, we had to assemble the experts. We engaged GHD Architects, formerly RIM, who united a stellar team of specialists, including historians, mechanical and electrical engineers, structural engineers, and building envelope specialists. We developed a multi-phased restoration plan that was carefully vetted by our project historian and approved by the county's Historical Resources Review Board. So phase one, which is what we're celebrating today, focused on stopping water intrusion and saving the historical facade. To preserve its integrity, our teams actually meticulously marked, removed, and cleaned almost every piece of the original siding. And if you walk up here, you'll see that process documented. We added missing weather barrier and insulation before reinstalling the original materials and reinforcing the 1920s structural deficiencies that were found. The damaged porch and railings were also repaired and restored. Ultimately, 95% of the siding was reused, and all the original windows were restored and preserved. This monumental effort culminated in the beautifully restored facade before us today and earned us the recognition from the Preservation Project of the Year from the Alliance of Monterey Area Preservationists. At this point, I just really want to thank the team, because this beautiful exterior is the direct result of a focused, dedicated team. I want to point out Sean Telema from STEC. He was the environmental consultant that came up with the work plan and the cleanup plan for the project. We had a remarkable historical preservation plan and design team, including Christine Merkel-Hein, Christina Togmoti, Kendall Marsh, Michelle Jones, and Sylvia Larson from GHD. Christine Merkel-Hein is the lead architect for this project, and she has been amazingly dedicated to make sure that we pay attention to detail and the restoration process. Also, we want to definitely thank historian Meg Clovis, who provided guidance in the process. We had Stanley Atherton from Axiom and Colbert Engineering, We had Colby Scanlon from ZFA Structural Engineers, Brian Shalasky from Skyline Engineering, and Michelle Garcia from Earth Systems. A lot of these consultants are local, and we're really proud to have them engaged in this project. And of course, our Historical Resources Review Board. They were with us all along the way, and we want to thank Sal Munoz and John Scorts for their guidance through this process. And the implementers. The exterior restoration contractors that accomplished this beautiful work. We want to thank Justin Kober and Rich Babcock. Andrew Franker from Spectra Historical Construction, because that was an amazing partnership we had. And the team of construction management that was on site every day ensuring that the plan was executed as required. That included the key construction manager, Steve Kelly. And in the office at Harrison, this is from Harrison Associates, we had Jada Butcher, Luis Flores as well. We want to thank Tracy Bradford and Matt Nethercutt. They were all involved in the construction management team. And we also want to thank Linda Arceo from the Gordian group, Job Order Contract Group, because she helped make sure that we help procure and have this excellent team of contractors on board. And finally, the PWFD facility maintenance team, for their knowledge and support, we really want to thank them. Our facilities maintenance manager, Ryan Bell, and his team of building maintenance and ground staff. So a lot of names, but I thought it was important to mention them because that's what it took to do this beautiful work. Thank you.
And Rick Babcock.
Rick Babbitt, yep.
Our superintendent.
Yes, he's been amazing. Looking ahead, we are now officially embarking in Phase 2. Phase 2 will repair the interior. It will add a lift and exterior stairs to make the upper floors fully accessible. And we look forward to welcoming you back here in the summer of 2027 for the grand reopening of the Port of Vallejo Mansion Library and Community Space. Just want to thank you all.
And just one funny anecdote, I think. Florence and I were talking earlier, and we're picturing a few rocking chairs up here, maybe. Some mint juleps, perhaps? I don't know. But anyway, thank you, Florence, for your hard work. Now, I'd like to invite Florence's partner in the facilities department, Luis Ochoa, who's going to give some comments in Spanish. Luis.
Hola, buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es Luis Ochoa y yo soy el gerente de obras capitales para el Condado de Monterrey y hoy voy a estar traduciendo lo que mi patrona, la jefa de instalaciones del condado, Florence Kowalska Green, dijo. En marzo de 2023 fui asignada como encargada del proyecto para evaluar los daños causados por las inundaciones en la mansión y la biblioteca de Puerto Vallejo y para planificar su restauración. Actualmente, yo, Luis Ochoa, gerente de obras públicas, soy encargado de la ejecución del proyecto, la construcción. Quiero expresar mi profundo agradecimiento a la oficial administrativa del condado, Sonia de la Rosa, al igual que a nuestro director de servicios públicos, instalaciones y parques, Randy Ishii, y a la subdirectora Lindsay LeRable, así como a la directora de bibliotecas públicas del condado de Monterrey, Hillary Taylor, y su liderazgo constante a lo largo de este proyecto. Los daños. Tan pronto como se levantaron las órdenes de evacuación, reuní un equipo compuesto por consultores ambientales, arquitectos e ingenieros estructurales y mecánicos. Detectamos una importante filtración de agua a través de los techos, el revestimiento exterior y las ventanas de este edificio. El agua de la inundación y los escombros anegaron el espacio de acceso bajo el primer piso, arruinaron los sistemas de climatización y los paneles del sistema contra incendios. El edificio fue marcado con una etiqueta roja y declarado inseguro, lo que obligó a trasladar temporalmente los servicios de biblioteca de una forma móvil, construyendo la comunidad. Ante esta crisis decidimos ver el vaso medio lleno y no el vaso medio vacío. Realmente hizo falta toda la comunidad para llegar a este momento donde estamos hoy. La comunidad de Pájaro. Los residentes asistieron a numerosas reuniones exigiendo que la mansión fuera restaurada por completo para uso público. Liderazgo del condado, el supervisor del distrito número 2, el supervisor Church, y la junta de supervisores, incluyendo el supervisor Luis Vallejo, que está aquí hoy con nosotros, asignaron de inmediato $3.2 millones de la reserva estratégica del condado, complementándolos con $3.1 millones proviniendo de los fondos estatales de recuperación del fondo AB 102, administrados por la directora del Departamento de Servicios de Emergencia, Kelsey Escalón, y su equipo. Los expertos que teníamos en nuestro equipo. Contratamos a los arquitectos de GHD, previamente conocidos como RIM. Al igual, ellos hicieron un equipo de especialistas de primer nivel, lo cual estaba compuesto por una historiadora, los ingenieros de sistemas mecánicos y eléctricos, al igual que ingenieros estructurales y especialistas de fachadas y capas exteriores del edificio. Nuestro plan de restauración en varias fases fue evaluado minuciosamente por la historiadora del proyecto, aprobada por la Junta de Revisión de Recursos Históricos del Condado, conocido en inglés como HRRB. Fase número 1 del proyecto que estamos viendo hoy se centró en detener la filtración del agua y preservar la fachada histórica de este edificio. Para mantener su integridad, nuestro equipo retiraron y limpiaron minuciosamente todas las piezas de la fachada original. Instalamos las barreras contra la intemperie y el aislamiento que faltaba antes de volver a colocar los materiales originales y reforzar las deficiencias estructurales que encontramos mientras estábamos bajo construcción de la fachada, la cual estas habían sido hechas en 1920. Asimismo, se repararon y restauraron el porche, que estamos aquí hoy dando esta presentación, y las barandillas que estaban dañadas al frente. En última instancia, se reutilizaron el 95% de la fachada y se restauraron y se conservaron todas las ventanas originales. Nunca, ni una fue, todas fueron utilizadas y restauradas. Este esfuerzo monumental culminó en la hermosa fachada restaurada que vemos hoy y valió el reconocimiento como el proyecto de preservación del año por parte de la Alianza de Conservadores del Área de Monterrey, AMAP por sus siglas en inglés. Agradecimientos especiales sobre este proyecto. En este hermoso exterior es el resultado del trabajo de un equipo muy dedicado. Queremos empezar por darle las gracias a Sean T. Lerma, que fue el supervisor ambiental y plan de limpieza. También queremos dar gracias al equipo de diseño y preservación histórica. Para esto tenemos el equipo de GHD, que estaba compuesto por Christine Merkel, la arquitecta encargada del proyecto, Cristina Toknori, Kendall Marsh, Michael Jones y Sylvia Larson, la historiadora Meg Clovis, que está aquí hoy con nosotros. Por parte de Axiom y Fulbright Engineering tenemos Stanley Arterton. Para los ingenieros estructurales de CFA, Colby Escalón. Para los ingenieros de los techos, Brian Eskalensky. Y para los ingenieros geotécnicos tenemos a Michelle García. También le queremos dar las gracias a la Junta de Revisión de Recursos Históricos, a Salvador Muñoz y a John Skurkis, que están aquí hoy también con nosotros, sobre la restauración de esta fase que estamos viendo hoy, que es la fachada. Le queremos dar las gracias a RF Kerber Inc., al cual tenemos a Justin Kerber y a Rick Babcock, que están aquí hoy, a Spectra, el subcontratista de construcciones históricas, y también a Andrew Franco, que era parte de este equipo, a los gerentes de construcción, Harris y Associates, que hoy aquí tenemos a Steve Kelly, a Jada Butcher, a Luis Flores, Tracy Bradford y Matt Nethercat, que eran parte de su equipo. Coordinación de contratos del orden de trabajo del grupo Cordian, lo cual aquí hoy tenemos a Linda Arceo. reconocimiento y apoyo a todo el equipo de mantenimiento de instalaciones de nuestro Departamento de Servicios Públicos, Instalaciones y Parques. Gerente de Mantenimiento de Instalaciones, Ryan Bell, y también le quiero dar las gracias al supervisor de suelos, a Javier González, que nos ayudó a hacer todas las mejoras que miran hoy en el frente de la fachada, y a todo el equipo de mantenimiento del edificio y personas que nos ayudaron a hacer todas las mejoras en el exterior. El proyecto no termina hoy, mirando hacia el futuro. Nos encargamos oficialmente en la fase 2, que incluirá la reparación del interior en la instalación de un acceso, escaleras exteriores para garantizar la plena accesibilidad a plantas superiores de este edificio. Esperamos darles una bienvenida nuevamente para el verano del 2027, cuando esperamos culminar este proyecto y dar como motivo la gran apertura de la biblioteca y espacios comunitarios de la mansión de Puerto Vallejo. Muchas gracias por su atención.
Thank you very much, Luis, and thank you to all our speakers, our partners, and the community members for joining us today. This recognition celebrates not only the restoration of a historic building, but also the resilience of the Pajaro community and the collaboration efforts that helped move the flood from recovery forward into the future. On behalf of the County of Monterey, County Administrative Officer Sonia De La Rosa, the entire Board of Supervisors, thank you to the Alliance of Monterey Area Preservationists for this meaningful honor. We look forward to welcoming everybody back for the grand reopening and ribbon cutting celebration of the Puerto Vallejo mansion this summer. Next summer. I don't want to move up that timeline. I'll get some stares from construction folks. 2027, summer of 2027. Thank you all for being here today, and we look forward to sharing more exciting projects in the future. And for the speakers, please be available. We do have several people from the media that would probably like to interview you, and thank you all for being here.